Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at King in Black issue 4. It's part of the 5-part miniseries from Marvel Comics, written by Donny Cates, pencils by Ryan Stegman, inks by J.P. Mayer, Frank Martin color artist, Beastie's Clayton Cowles was the letterer. I have the regular cover by Ryan Stegman, J.P. Mayer, and Frank Martin. Assistant editor was Donny Cates, editor Devin Lewis, Nick Lowe executive editor. So Dylan is trapped in the hive with Null, who is basically trying to lure him, and somebody else is poking around trying to get into his mind, and Dylan uses his abilities to free a bunch of the heroes and injure Null in the process. Now the person getting in his mind is Jean Grey, who apparently the X-Men decided, they should actually get involved at some point other than just one team. So they let one of the Omega level mutants actually do something. Nice of the Ethno State to do that. In the meantime, Dylan is doing all the heavy lifting, and Jean manages to probe into Null's mind while he's injured and learn of the opposite of Null, who's been alluded to throughout this storyline, that there is in fact an opposite of him. And that dichotomy allows one of the cosmic heroes to show up and grab the light and bring it into the earth. Now this Enigma creature is one that's actually been around the Marvel Universe for a very long time, and we've seen way before Null, and they've just given him a larger role. And we are left with a pretty dramatic cliffhanger ending that looks really good. Overall, this was actually a pretty good issue. I think it was a little bit overly dramatic, trying to use a lot of players at one time, but it is a pretty fun issue, and it does make use of a relatively obscure character that hasn't really been a major player in the MCU in a long time, and was always critically underused. So pretty cool to see that. Was it worth $5? I didn't feel cheated. I was a little annoyed that the X-Men are now looking like major players, even though they haven't done crap through this entire thing. And now Jean Grey just shows up and is like, I'm here to save everybody. Yeah, well, you guys have been cloistered away in your little fatherland for so long. A little better late than never, I guess. You sent one little team and haven't done much beyond that, so thanks. Otherwise, it was a pretty solid issue, and it looks like the fight against Null is finally going in the direction of the heroes. So we'll see how it plays out, but until then, I'll recommend this. I think this is going to be better read as a trade paperback than as single issues, and it'll probably be a lot cheaper too to find a discount copy of the trade than try and track down all the single issues. But we'll see how it plays out. I thought the cover was okay, but most of these X-Men don't really do anything in here. Jean does all the heavy lifting. Wolverine's barely even in the book. Scott's in it for maybe a page. Same with Storm. Magneto's not in here at all. So having the X-Men on the cover's kind of deceiving. But like I said, the interior art's okay. Nothing major to complain about there. Perspective shots were real good. So soft recommendation, like I said, get it in trade rather than track the individual issues down. It'll be higher quality. They are using better cover paper on the books, but that doesn't really justify it when you're going to end up spending $25 on the single issues most likely, so you might as well just buy the trade paperback. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, you can share the video on your social media or check out the links below for other ways to support me. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.